So when you are putting yourself a lot into these situations where you're taking a lot of these quizzes under timed conditions, then you will be able to identify like, okay, this kind of a question is something I need to be careful about on the exam, or this kind of a topic is where I need to exercise more caution. And you'll find that on the day of the exam, you'll have a much more confident approach towards it rather than just winging it and saying, okay, I haven't really changed anything. I just took the next mock with a bit of practice and things essentially would turn out better. Like, hope is not a strategy here, right? So
Right.
I would suggest that take a lot of GMAT Club forum quizzes.
In the verbal, I noticed like I made in one area, I made like 4 mistakes in a row. And
Mm,
that's where I think my score must have gone down a lot. It was like you
100%.
mentioned.
There is no revision or any kind of a topic that you need to dive deep into here. If you scored 695, 705, it's about ensuring that you're able to replicate the performance you had on the mock on the exam. And that to a large extent will depend on avoiding these things that we talked about. Right.
Right.
And how do you avoid these things that we talked about is not by thinking about them or trying to strategize. But what happens when you put yourself constantly under that pressure of time and you simulate the same environment, you end up essentially shining a light on those blind spots that would become apparent only if you analyze your mistakes well. Cool.
This was actually a confidence booster. Thank you. Like I started like yesterday, I had a horrible day after my exam. I started doubting so much. Like I was just thinking about it so much. I was outside my center for like 30 minutes, just sitting on the grass, just thinking about what went down. Because I honestly this time I was quite confident with my preparation and I was very ready to go and give it. I thought I'll be well. Like I thought the worst thing that could happen would be a 650.
It's not up to expectations for sure. But
Right.
one thing that you have to understand is that don't let this eat into your confidence or your competence, because if you actually were not that competent to begin with, you would not have scored so well on these mocks that are as reliable as anything can be. Even if they get like a 725, 735 on the mocks, they still keep doubting themselves. I don't think I can replicate this performance. So at least your mind is in the right space, which is a huge deal, Rohit, because I deal with people who constantly are battling their self-doubt more than you know. So it's fine, like, everyone has those moments of disappointment when you don't score what you wanted. But again, at the same time, you have to learn what you have learned from it and make sure that the next time around you're able to avoid that, which you would. I'm fairly certain about it, and you'll do better.